to the Buddha by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Today, I would like to explain about dependent origination.
오늘은 연기에 대해서 말씀을 드리겠습니다.
One day, when the river Ananda was practicing in Andavana forest, together with our Lord Buddha, in the Buddha emerged from his Sotapatti fruition attainment, he discerned dependent origination in 4 ways. Number 1 is forward order from the avijja, ignorance, to up to jati, charamarana, birth, decay, and death. Secondly, he discerned reverse order of dependent origination. Again, he discerned from the middle to the beginning, and from the middle to the end. While discerning 4 ways in this way, dependent origination patterns are very clear to his mind. Because of this reason, taking this Dhamma experience, he approached to the Buddha in the evening. Then he informed to the Buddha, Pandit, dependent origination is actually very deep and profound. However, it is very clear to my mind. In this way, he informed to the Buddha. At the day, Buddha says to the Venerable Ananda, you should not tell like that. You should not tell like that. Itasananda Dhammasa Analuboda Abdi Veda Eva Maya Bacha Tanda Kulaga Chada Kulaganika Chada Moja Pabaja Buddha Abhaya Dhokade Unipada Sansara Nadi Buddhadi. Do you understand?
이해하셨어요?
지금 빨리어로 개성을 해주셨는데 이해하셨어요?
Maybe I recite this sutta because this is not my original speech. This is original speech is Buddha's teaching. I want to explain in this way. What is the meaning? Another, because of not understanding by direct knowledge this dependent origination, and because of not penetrating by different stages of direct knowledge this dependent origination, all these beings are not escaped from the round of rebirth. They cannot escape from the fourfold states. Quoting this sutta, especially Visuddhimagga and the Sammoha Vinodani commentary explains Bhavachaka Mapadalidava Asani Uchaka Miwa Nicha Nimatana Sansara Bhaya Madido Nagochi Supi Nandraya Pyachi. What is the meaning? So the meaning is Samadhi is like a stone. Upon this stone, you must sharpen your wisdom light.
Wisdom,
Light.
mind,
나이프.
삼매란 부처님께서 이런
What is the meaning? Concentrated mind is the primary cause of wisdom faculty. If there is no concentration, wisdom faculty cannot work at this function. For example, now please pay attention to your body. Can you see clouds?
자, 예를 들면 여러분 몸에 주목을 해보십시오. 깔라판을 볼 수 있나요?
Can you see?
보여요?
No, because you have no concentration. But concentrated mind can see these color bars as well as can analyze those color bars and can see ultimate materiality as well as ultimate mentality and as well as their causes, that is dependent origination. These dependent origination patterns are torturing to the different types of beings not to escape from the round of rebirth. I will explain how they torture not to escape from the round of rebirth later. So, without understanding by your own direct knowledge these dependent origination patterns, you cannot be liberated from the round of rebirth as well as from the woeful states. In Dikayana Sutta of Anguttara Nikaya, Tika Nipada, Buddha says this forward order of dependent origination is the noble truth of the origin of suffering, Samudaya Satya. Reverse order of this dependent origination is the noble truth of the cessation of suffering, Nirodha Satya. Then there is also another important sutta. This is called Asvakhya Sutta. According to Buddha's teaching, there are 3 ways. 3 ways means if you want to become Bodhisattva, you can follow Bodhisattva way. If you want to be Vichika Buddha, single Buddha, you can follow single Buddha way. If you want to be the disciple of a Sammasambuddha, then you can follow this disciple path. If you want to be a disciple of Buddha, there are 3 types of disciples, Savakas. Number 1, Eka Savaka, chief disciples,
첫째,
like Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Mahamoggallana. Number 2 is great Savaka, Mahasavaka, like Venerable Mahagassava, Venerable Ananda, etc. In our Buddha, there are 80 great disciples. Except these Agasavaka, chief disciple, and Mahasavaka, great disciple. Others are called Bhagati Savaka, ordinary disciples. Maybe they all became Arhat. Chief disciples also become Arhat. Great disciple also becomes Arhat. And then ordinary disciples also can become Arhat. Buddhas also, in other words, they are also Arhats. But Buddhas Arhat but knowledge associated with omniscient knowledge. Savaka's disciples Arhat but is not associated with omniscient knowledge. If you want to become Arhat, what is necessary then? There is one sutta called Asvakhya Sutta in Sitya Sanyutta Nikaya. I will recite that sutta in Pali.
빨리 열어 다시 한번 해보겠습니다.
Is it okay?
괜찮습니까?
Janado ham bhikkhave passato asvanakya vadami no ajanato no apasato. Kincha bhikkhave janado kin passato asvanakya hodi. Idam dukkani bhikkhave janado passato asvanakya hodi. Ayan dukkha samudayoti janado passato asvanakya hodi. Ayan dukkha nirodhoti janado passato asvanakya hodi. Ayan dukkha nirodha gamini padipadati janado passato asvanakya hodi. Evam ko bhikkhave janado evam passato asvanakya hodi. Tasmadiha bhikkhave idam dukkhanti yoga karaniyo. Ayan dukkha samudayoti yoga karaniyo. Ayan dukkha nirodhoti yoga karaniyo. Ayan dukkha nirodha gamini padipadati yoga karaniyo. This is Buddha's teaching in Sitya Sanyutta Asvakhya Sutta. What is the meaning of Aswakya Sutta? The destruction of the dates Sutta.
The destruction of
Dates.
Defilements.
Dates.
Defilements.
Maybe dates is called Aswakya.
gains. Ah,
The destruction because the destruction of the dates because is for one who knows and sees. It is not for one who does not know and does not see.
destruction of taints. 이것은 could you tell it again?
The destruction of the dates is for one who knows and sees. It is not for one who does not know and does not see. For one who knows what, for one who sees what, thus the destruction of the dates comes about. Number one. It is for one who knows and sees. This is the noble truth of suffering. Dukkha Satya. Number two. It is for one who knows and sees. This is the noble truth of the origin of suffering, Samudaya Satya. Number three. It is for one who knows and sees. This is the noble truth of the cessation of suffering, Nirodha Satya. Number four. It is for one who knows and sees. This is the noble truth of the path leading to the cessation of suffering. It is for one who knows thus. It is for one who sees thus. The destruction of the dates comes about. Therefore, bhikkhus, it should be made to understand this is the noble truth of suffering, dukkha satya. It should be made to understand this is the noble truth of the origin of suffering. It should be made to understand this is the noble truth of the cessation of suffering. It should be made to understand this is the noble truth of the path leading to the cessation of suffering. Because of this sutta, without understanding the Four Noble Truths by your own direct knowledge, you cannot realize Nibbana. You cannot become Sotapanna, Srivana, you cannot become Skandagami, Vasratana, you cannot become Nagami, Noratana, and you cannot become Arahat. So if you want to become Srivana, Sotapanna, or Vasratana, Skandagami, or Noratana, Nagami, or Arahat, you must try to understand Four Noble Truths by your own direct knowledge. So, number one, you should try to understand the noble truth of suffering. What is noble truth of suffering? Sankhedena Vichuppadana Khanda Dukkha. This is in the past sermon, Dhamma Chekka Bodhana Sutta. The Dhamma wheel turning in motion Sutta, Buddha explained. In brief, 5 clinging aggregates are the noble truth of suffering. So, what are 5 clinging aggregates? The clinging aggregate of materiality, the clinging aggregate of feeling, the clinging aggregate of perception, the clinging aggregate of formations, and the clinging aggregate of consciousness. Altogether, there are 5 clinging aggregates. Among these 5 clinging aggregates, the clinging aggregate of materiality is materiality, rupa. The clinging aggregate of feeling, the clinging aggregate of perception, the clinging aggregate of formations, and the clinging aggregate of consciousness. These 4 aggregates are mentality, nama. So, 5 clinging aggregates and nama rupa, mentality and materiality are same meaning. So, if you want to become noble one, like Sotapanna, Sattva, etc., First, you must try to understand the noble truth of suffering. This is 5 clinging aggregates or mentality and materiality by your direct knowledge. Among 5 aggregates, I had explained mentality aggregate and materiality aggregate in my previous talk. If you practice 4 elements meditation systematically, when your concentration deep enough, you can see your whole body become transparent body like ice block. And if you can penetrate the space element in that transparent body, then you can see subatomic particles called kalabas in Pali. Then you must analyze those kalabas, and if you can see in each kalaba 8 types of materiality or 9 types of materiality or 10 types of materiality, other than you can realize ultimate materiality. Then you must continue to discern ultimate mentality. For some meditators who have already practiced jhana practice, they can easily discern this mentality. When practicing samatha, if they already attain jhana, they can already discern 5 jhana factors. This is the beginning stage of discerning mentality. If you want to discern mentality, first you should re-establish your jhana concentration. As soon as you emerge from your full absorption stage, immediately please discern 5 jhana factors in your mind. In this case, you should try to see 5 jhana factors many times, 5 many times. In this case, slowly you must increase one mental factor once, and then another mental factor another time. In this way, if you increase one by one, then you can see 34 jhana mental formations in your 5 jhana mind movement. What are 34? If you want to understand, then please practice practically.
실제로 수행을 해보십시오.
Maybe in one of my Dhamma I had explained this 34. So today I don't want to explain again. I want to explain today the origination only. So this is beginning stage of discerning mentality. When we teach to discern jhana dhammas first, these jhana dhammas arise many times. If you read into jhana for 1 hour, then within 1 hour these jhana mind movements arise continuously for a long time. Maybe say for example, in 5 jhana mind movement, there are 34 mental formations. These 34 rise many times for a long time. Because of this reason, it is very easy for beginners to discern these jhana dhammas. So after this, there are 6 types of cognitive process. Endo-cognitive process, which cognize color. Ear-cognitive process, which cognize sound. Nose-cognitive process, which cognize smell. Endo-cognitive process, which cognize taste. Body-cognitive process, which cognize tangible object. And mind-cognitive process, which knows 6 types of object, including Dhamma object. In each mind movement, consciousness never arises alone, always arises with associated mental factors. In one mind movement, for example, like I consciousness mind movement, there are 8 types of mental formations. In some mind movements, like jhana, first jhana concentration, there are 34 mental formations. If a meditator cannot differentiate, this is consciousness, this is contact, this is feeling, this is perception, this is volition, etc., then we cannot say he or she understands mentality. If he or she can differentiate, this is consciousness, this is contact, this is feeling, this is perception, this is volition, etc., at that time only we can say he or she understands the mentality by her or his own direct knowledge. Then, for example, if he or she already discern ultimate materiality as well as ultimate mentality internally, then how he should continue to practice? We must follow Buddha's instruction. We should not do our own instruction. What is Buddha's instruction? Especially in Mahasatipatthana Sutta, 4 foundations of mindfulness, correct? 4 foundations of mindfulness Sutta. Buddha says this system. Iti ijadava kaya kaya nupasi viharati, vahijava kaya kaya nupasi viharati, ijada vahijava kaya kaya nupasi viharati. What is the meaning? Thus he abides discerning ultimate materiality and mentality internally. Thus he abides discerning ultimate materiality and mentality externally. Thus he abides discerning ultimate materiality and mentality both internally and externally. So one must discern ultimate materiality and mentality both internally and externally. There are 2 reasons. One reason is if you can discern ultimate materiality as well as ultimate mentality both internally and externally, at that time you can discern dependent origination. Another reason is to contemplate as anicca, dukkha, anatta both internally and externally. Why we must contemplate ultimate materiality and mentality as anicca, impermanent, dukkha, suffering and non-self, anatta, both internally and externally. Usually we have attachment not only to ourselves but also to external things. Is it true?
맞습니까?
You already understand.
이미
So, the power of vipassana. If you can contemplate internal materiality and mentality as anicca, dukkha and anatta, then attachment to internal body disappear temporarily. However, if you does not contemplate external mentality, materiality as anicca, dukkha, anatta, then you cannot remove attachment to the external mentality and materiality. So, if you can contemplate both internally and externally as anicca, dukkha, anatta, at that time only your insight knowledge can destroy attachment to both internally and externally. If the vipassana insight can destroy the defilements temporarily, at that time only path and fruition knowledge can arise at the end of matured insight knowledge. At that time only path knowledge can destroy defilements completely without remainder, stage by stage. So because of this reason, before discerning dependent origination, first we must try to discern ultimate materiality and mentality both internally and externally. Usually we teach dependent on Nidana Varga Sanyutta. There is one sutta.
정정이 하나 있습니다.
부처님께서 이제 이걸 니다나 숫다라고요. 그 상류단 니까에 나오는 니다나 왁가 숫다에서 거기서 지금 이 설명을 하고 있습니다.
That sutta explains discerning dependent origination from the middle to the end. From the middle means usually many meditators they have which some meditators they want to become arhat in this very life. But however, if they cannot become arhat in this very life, they choose one future existence. Some meditators they want to be bhikkhu in future existence. Some meditators they want to be brahma in future existence. If they want to be reborn as a Brahma in future existence, they should specialize one type of jhana. Some meditators, they prefer that jhana. Some meditators, they prefer fourth jhana. They must specialize this jhana. Specialize means whenever they want to attain this jhana, they must practice very, very quickly to attain this jhana. Some meditators, they prefer to practice metta jhana. So they must specialize this metta jhana up to near that moment. For example, one meditator, she wants to be Brahma, but she prefers that jhana. Vaikasina that jhana. She wants to become Rahat in this very life, but if there is no possibility for her to attain Rahatship in this very life, this is second choice. She wants to be reborn as a Brahma. So she specialized that jhana. So this is the present defilement round and karma round. Kilesa Buddha and karma Buddha. In other words, for easy understanding, there are 5 causes. What are 5 causes? According to Buddha's teaching, there is no man, no woman, no Brahma, no Deva. What is the reason? If you get this for enemies in your body systematically, you can see kalabas. If you analyze those kalabas, you can see ultimate materiality. You can continue to discern ultimate mentality. This ultimate materiality and mentality are, as soon as they pass away very, very quickly. There is no time to tell this is man, this is woman, this is Deva, this is Brahma, etc. If a meditator understands as a Brahma or as a Deva, this understanding is called wrong understanding. The wrong understanding is called avijja, ignorance. It is also called moha, delusion. Same meaning. Depending on this ignorance, she has attachment to Brahma existence.
이런 무지의
This is craving. Repeated attachment is called clinging upadana. These 3 are called defilement rounds, kilesa order. Based on this defilement round, she accumulates wholesome karma. This is Tajjana, Vaikasina Tajjana. In that Vaikasina Tajjana, there are 31 mental formations. These 31 mental formations are called Sankhara. They have the power to create future existence. So they are called Sankhara. But these Sankharas are also nature and permanent. As soon as they rise, they pass away very, very quickly. But they left behind the karma potentiality which can produce new existence according to her own wish. So altogether there are 5 causes. I will calculate again. Number 1, ignorance, avijja. Number 2, craving, attachment to Brahma existence. Number 3, repeated clinging, repeated craving, this is called clinging to Brahma existence. 31, that jhana formations, sankhara. The karma potentiality. Altogether there are 5 causes. So, if you want to practice dependent origination, to understand by your direct knowledge, first you must try to discern ultimate mentality and materiality both internally and externally. Then you should wish for Brahma existence. Then please re-establish Vaikasina Tajjana again. As soon as you emerge from this Tajjana, you should try to discern this defilement wrong, ignorance, craving, and clinging. This defilement wrong arises as a cognitive process, especially mind-cognitive process. In that mind-cognitive process, there are 3 types of mentalities. Number 1, mind-advanced consciousness. Number 2, 7 jhana emulsions. Number 3, 2 registering mind movements. Also meditators, there is no two registering mind moments. The 5 main round is in Jhana mind moment. Also meditators, there are 20 mental formations in each impression mind moment, Jhana mind moment. Among those 20, ignorance, craving, and clinging, these 3 are predominant factors. She must discern these 3 defilement rounds mentality process first. Then she must try to discern jhana mental formations. These 31 mental formations, as soon as they rise, they pass away. So they left behind the karma potentiality which can produce Brahma existed according to her own wish. If she can discern these 5 causes, then we can say she can already discern proximate past causes. This is the proximate past. If a meditator discerns this proximate past causes, then she should try to discern mentality and materiality backward up to the conception stage. For example, she should try to discern this morning mentality, materiality, yesterday mentality, materiality, day before yesterday mentality, materiality, etc. Then up to the inside mother's womb, up to the conception stage or path linking mind moment stage. After discerning ultimate materiality and mentality in conception stage in this very life, then a meditator must continue to discern mentality and materiality in previous existence, especially near death moment. Usually, a kind of birth linking mind moment or conception stage. There are 3 types of materialities and 24 types of mental formations. There are 3 types of Dhatic kalabas and 30 types of materialities. 3 types of kalabas are body Dhatic kalaba, Sat Dhatic kalaba, and Heart Dhatic kalaba. In each kalaba, there are 10 types of materiality, such as earth element, water element, fire element, wind element, color, odor, flavor, nutritive acid, life quality, and body transparency or sex determining materiality or heart base. After discerning this materiality and mentality, one should continue to discern ultimate materiality and mentality in previous life. According to Buddha's teaching, in previous life, last mind moment is called death consciousness mind moment. In this very life, first mind moment is called birth linking mind moment. Between these 2 mind moments, death consciousness mind moment and birth linking mind moment, there is no gap, no interval life. Immediately after death consciousness finished, the birth linking mind moment in this very life arises. The meditator must try to see these 2 types of mind moments. Then he should try to see death proximate object in previous life. Death proximate object. I would like to explain with one example. A lady, when she discerned that proximate object, she saw she is offering food to the Sangha. However, when offering food to the Sangha, she is no woman, she is bhikkhu.
그녀가 상가에 그 음식을 공양할 때 그 모습은 여성이 아니고 비구였습니다.
So when she discerned one by one 4 elements in each person, other mentality and materiality are not one line to her mentality and materiality. But when she discerned one bhikkhu, offering, then his mentality and materiality are one line up to this present moment. Then I suggest her to descend actually while offering book mentality and materiality. To descend mentality and materiality while she is really offering book to the Sangha.
그래서 특히 이제
While offering book,
그녀가 그 상가에
mentality and materiality while she is offering food to the Sangha. When offering food, she had no wish to become woman and future existence. But she had one type of inclination. What is problem? One day, because he is offering food to the Sangha, he visited to different pagodas. Maybe in Burma there are many pagodas. Occasionally, especially Upostat Day, we visit to the pagodas to pay respect. When visiting to different pagodas, on the way, accidentally, he saw one lady, very beautiful man with long hair.
그런데 그 파고다에 가던 중에 한 여성을 만났습니다. 우연히 너무너무 아름답고 머리도 길었습니다.
That lady's hair is very thick and very long. She is very beautiful.
아름다운 여성이었어요.
At that time, that bhikkhu has the desire to be like that lady.
바로
This
바로
is
그때
my,
그 비구는 이 여성과 같이 되고 싶다라는 욕망이 생겼습니다.
this is problem.
그것이 문제였던 거죠.
Then one day he offered to the food to the Sangha. When offering food, he had such memory.
그 음식을 공양할 때 그 기억이 났던 것입니다.
So he had inclination to be such a beautiful and thick and long-haired woman. One my moment, he said.
한순간의 심찰라였습니다.
One my moment decide to become man or to become woman. If he knows beautiful woman with long hair, such understanding is wrong understanding. This wrong understanding is called avijja, ignorance.
이 잘못된 이해를 무지무명이라 합니다.
Depending on this ignorance, she had attachment to that woman's life. That attachment is called craving tanha. Then repeated attachment is called clinging upadana. These three are the defilement rounds kilesa or death. So depending on this defilement round, she accumulates wholesome karma. Which type of wholesome karma? Offering food to the Sangha. While offering food to the Sangha, there are 34 mental formations. These 34 mental formations are called sankhara. But these sankharas are also nature and permanent. As soon as they arise, they pass away very, very quickly. But when they pass away, perishing away, they left behind the karma potentiality which can produce new existence. So altogether there are 5 causes: ignorance, craving, clinging, volitional formations, and karma potentiality. So karma already exists. It is not easy to destroy. If you want to destroy this karma, then you must try to be arhat. Only arhat can destroy completely without remainder this karma potentiality. So altogether there are 5 causes already exist. Then these 5 causes become mature in time of death. Because of the mature to this karma potentiality, in time of death, this object appear again. This object means offering food to the Sangha, this object appear again. So, because of this karma potentiality, then if she tries to see causal relationship between cause and effect, then karma potentiality in this very life, 30 types of rupa materiality and kind of birth, maintain mind moment. So she tried to see both sides. Karma potentiality, here materiality, karma potentiality, materiality. Then this karma potentiality produces these 30 types of materiality she already see. So mind produces mind form materiality. In the same way, this karma also produces karma form materiality and then of birth linkage by movement. After descending this cause and effect, she cried a lot. Bhikkhu became woman, father's wife.
피부가 여성이 됐지 않습니까?
Is it okay? Good?
아, 좋은 겁니까?
So one mind movement is very important.
그래서
While
하나의
accumulating karma, if you cannot control your mind, this is problem. That lady and this very leg, very thick and very long hair. Karma create this one. When she stand up, her hair is on the floor, very long. Not your hair. So karma is very wonderful. If you understand this divine origination by your direct knowledge, at that time only you can become real Buddhist.
real
Real Buddhist.
Buddhist.
Why? You cannot change because you understand karma produces karma, materiality and mentality. At the day you will not accept there is creator, there is no karma or there is no future existence, there is no past existence. Such type of wrong views will never rise to your mind. Many religions accept Buddhism. Usually they accept creator.
많은 종교들, 불교를 제외한 많은 종교들이 창조주를 받아들이고 있습니다.
Hindus accept the creator is Mahabrahma.
이 창조주가 마하브라마, 대범천.
Christians accept creator is God. Muslims they accept creator is Allah or Khuda. Many free-thinkers they do not accept any cause. Free-thinkers.
프리텐가? 아, 프리. 아.
Buddha only teach there is cause, there is effect.
맞습니다.
But Buddha also teach because of the complete cessation of causes, five aggregates also cease completely without reminder. Because of the complete cessation of five causes, five aggregates cease completely without reminder. That cessation is also called Nirodha Satya, the cessation of suffering in Tikayana Sutta. So today I want to stop my Dhamma talk here, but I want to discuss many questions and answers.
오늘은 법문은 여기서 마치고 여러분의 질문을 받겠습니다.
Any question?
질문해 주십시오. Okay, Sayadaw, you said there was a death consciousness, and after that, birth linking consciousness. Between those two, there was no interval. If there's no interval, when the material intervene to be created,
Maybe if you can discern ultimate materiality by your direct knowledge, at that time you will understand clearly. Here, for example, if you discern four image meditation systematically, you can see kalabas. If you analyze those kalabas, you can see ultimate materiality. This materiality, before rising, there is no materiality. After perishing, there is also no materiality. Before rising, also zero. After perishing, also zero. Sonya. So,
please,
between two sonyas, moment is rising only.
please, I cannot remember all. 지금 사대원소 명상을 말씀하셨는데요. 이것들이 이제 일어나서
They do not move from one place to another. So you can directly see by your direct knowledge. In the same way, a kind of death After that consciousness finished, the previous rupa materiality is also finished, zero. But because of the karma potentiality, new materiality rises only. This is new materiality, not old one. They do not immigrate from one life to another. Materially also do not immigrate from one life to another. Mentally also same, they do not immigrate from one life to another. New ones are rising and passing because of the karma potentiality. But here, according to Buddha's teaching, karma potentiality is main cause only. There are for materiality, four causes altogether. Karma is the cause for karma for materiality. Mind is the cause for mind for materiality. Temperature, fire element is the cause for temperature for materiality. Nutriment essence is the cause for nutriment for materiality. So there are different types of causes as well as different types of results. So they do not change from one place to another, from one life to another life.
In Korea, we have this ceremony for the deceased on the day of 49th day after the death. And in Korean religion, we offer this ceremony to guide the deceased to the right place. And we think this ceremony is really meaningful. So in Theravada Buddhism, you think this is correct understanding?
Maybe there is one sutta called Janusoni Sutta in Anguttara Nikaya. There is one Brahmana called Janusoni. Janusoni Brahmana. Brahmana.
자누슨이라는 브라만이 있었습니다.
He is the prophet of Greek Kosala. Prophet. One day he visited to the Buddha and asked this question. Venerable Gautama, we offer food referring to the dead body, dead persons. Is it possible to reach there?
The food can reach there, that's what you mean?
Maybe present.
그 음식
Maybe current meaning is that karma can produce good result for those. So Buddha says, if there is any food or possibility, they may enjoy this result, the result of this karma. But if there is no possibility, then it is impossible to enjoy the result of this karma. Then Brahmana asks again, what is possibility, what is no possibility? Then, according to Buddha's explanation, there are 5 destinations. Five destinations. That person may be reborn in Deva world, may be reborn in human world, may be reborn in hell, may be reborn in animal kingdom, may be reborn in Veda world, ghost world.
아수라? 어디?
There are 5 destinations. If the dead person reborn in human world, maybe within 49 days. At that time, maybe inside mother's womb only.
아닙니다.
Within 49 days, she is still in one of mother's womb. He is still in one of mother's womb. Referring to the children, if you offer food and share merit, it is impossible place to reach there. Again, if he reborn in Deva world, Deva means Deva as well as Brahma too are called Deva. In Deva world, he is still enjoying sensual pleasures according to her or his own karma. Referring to that person, if you offer food here, then it is also impossible to reach there because he is still enjoying his sensual pleasures. If he or she reborn in animal kingdom, she may be still inside one of animal mother's womb only. Referring to that person, if you do donation of offering food, this wholesome karma also cannot reach there. This is imposing our place. In the same way, if he or she reborn in hell, he or she is suffering his sufferings. So as long as his karma or her karma is not yet finished, he or she must continue in hell. So it is also impossible to reach there, this wholesome karma. One possibility is goes for Peta war. If he or she reborn as a Peta, it is possible, but there are many different types of Petas. Among different types of Petas, only one type is possible. One type is, in Pali, it is called Prakatupa Jivika Peta. The meaning is relying on others' donation, they must enjoy their happiness. Such type of Peta, only one can receive this type of wholesome karma. The result of this type of wholesome karma, they can enjoy. So only one possibility, but this is very rare chance. Buddha also suggests to do dana after death, after departed, especially for departed parents, referring to such type of Peta if they were reborn in this Peta war.
After you die, after I die, is it possible to be reborn after 49 days, after after 40, 50 years, after 40, 50 years, after hundreds years? Is it possible to be reborn for me?
To be reborn means where?
In 5 realms, you said.
Maybe according to Buddha's teaching, immediately after that consciousness, new reborn, new birth, new consciousness. There is no interval, no gap.
In your lecture, you said, depending on the rounds of taints, you accumulate good karma.
Defilements.
So is it possible to accumulate good karma not depending on these rounds of taints?
Possible.
가능합니다.
Possible means I want to explain you why it is possible.
왜 가능한지 설명을 하겠습니다.
So one type of meditator, she accumulates wholesome karma, but that wholesome karma is for many Koreans very easy. Very easy is only compassion. Compassion to what? Compassion to his granddaughter only. Such type of compassion can produce new existence. So while accumulating this compassion, does she wish to be reborn as a woman or man? No wish. Then what is problem? The problem is latent tendency. We call anusia. Although while accumulating,
어떤 한 사람의 명상자가 지금
but in time of death, near that moment, there must be one type of inclination. Which existence do you have inclination? I asked to her. At that time, she investigated near that moment. Then again, when she is investigating near that moment, mentality process, at that time she saw. She had the only inclination to new woman's existence. So such type of defilement round is later. Accumulating wholesome karma is past. But for accumulating wholesome karma also she had no desire to become woman in future existence. After accumulating wholesome karma, also she had no desire to become woman's assistant. But near that moment, at the time she must choose one. So at the time inclination appear. Why this inclination appear? I will explain later.
그런데 그러니까 성을 쌓기 전에도 여성이 되고 싶은 마음이 없었고
지금 자유롭게 설명을 하시겠다 합니다.
So this inclination is because of anusia. Anusia kilesa we call this is as a latent tendency, underlying tendency followed after mentality and materiality process. As long as one cannot destroy this anusia latent tendency, then his actions, verbal action, or mental action, or physical action, all actions become karma. They have the potentiality to produce new existence. So this is mentioned in Kirana Sutta of Nidana Vaka Sayuta. In that sutta, for example, especially explain vipassana. One material can discern ultimate materiality, mentality, and their causes, especially dependent origination products. And then he can contemplate them as nature, dukkha, and anatta. However, at that time he had no intention to be reborn as a man or woman or deva or brahma in future existence. He wanted to become Rahat. But his insight not yet mature. Because of this reason, near that moment, he had one type of inclination appear because of this anusia. At that time, his vipassana is most powerful karma. Because of this vipassana karma, then he may be reborn in human world or deva world. I want to recite this sutta. Maybe for you are parami. Noche bhikkhave ceteti, noche pakapeti, atha che anuseti aramana metta hoti vijnana satthitiya. What is the meaning? Noche bhikkhave ceteti, you do not accumulate this wholesome chirana or unwholesome chirana. Noche pakapeti, you had no intention to be reborn as a human or deva or brahma. You have no intention. But atha che anuseti, but if there is still anusia latent tendency, latent defilements, then because of this latent defilements, your wholesome or unwholesome karma can be karma potentiality, karma vijnana. So what type of karma? The commentary explains this type of karma is especially referring to vipassana karma. In Parisamhita Mekka as well as in Parisamhita Mekka commentary, it explains a little bit detail. According to Parisamhita Mekka's explanation, a meditator is practicing vipassana up to Sankharopaka Jnana stage, the knowledge of equanimity towards formations. And then neutrality or ever evenness is predominant factor in Sankharopaka Jnana stage. This vipassana inside and then become very tranquil, very peaceful. Because of this reason, he had a little bit attachment to his vipassana inside only. Very subtle attachment only. That attachment very dangerous. That attachment can be supporting cause for that vipassana inside to produce or to become karma potentiality. Referring such type of meditator, Buddha says in Sotanukata Sutta of Anguttara Nikaya. He practiced vipassana up to near that moment. In his that proximate time, he contemplated formations means ultimate materiality, ultimate mentality and causes. These are called formations. He contemplates these formations as anicca, impermanent, dukkha, suffering, and anatta, non-self, by seeing only just dissolution of these formations. They apply this vipassana inside jhana inversion, and that consciousness takes place. And then immediately he was reborn in Deva world. In Deva world, he is spontaneous being. Spontaneous being.
이저
No father, no mother, no pregnant.
아버지도 없고 어머니도 없고 자연 발생적으로 바로 나타나는 것입니다.
그 화생이라는 뜻입니다. 화생.
So immediately he was reborn as a Deva. Then his Deva, but again consciousness take the same object. The same object means that proximate object. His birth again mind movement understands the nature or dukkha or another nature of those formations. In the same way, after that consciousness mind movement, there is Bhavanga mind movement. These Bhavanga mind movements also take same object. They also know a nature or dukkha or another nature of those formations. So, because of this reason, in his mentality process, this nature or dukkha or another nature of these formations are very clear, like pumpkins on the surface of water floating. Because of this reason, if he contemplates these formations as nature, dukkha, and another, he can become noble one, Sotapanna, etc. immediately. So in this case, Vipassana, while contemplating Vipassana, he had no intention to be reborn as a Deva or human being. But because of the latent tendency, inertia, he had his karma is becomes the karma potentiality. His wholesome karmas, Vipassana karmas, still become karma potentiality because of inertia, latent tendency.
So, other than Tao practices, are there any kind of way for ordinary people to see this round of rebirth is a fact?
Maybe if they possess psychic power,
통력이 있다면 가능하다고.
it is possible because some outside Buddha's dispensation, some is ascetics, they practice religion is samatha. They possess mundane self powers, other than they can see past life as well as future.
Some people are somehow intuitively aware that life continues after that. So how is that possible?
Maybe this is called one type of Jatesara jnana. For some persons possess such type of jnana because of their previous karma. But they do not understand the origination. They can see past life. They can see such and such, because of such and such karma, they reborn in this very life superficially. Superficially means they do not see how many mental formations are there while accumulating karma. What is ignorance, craving, clinging, etc. They do not see these formations.
Okay. In the samsara, in the round of rebirth, karma continues. Or karma can be linked from one life to another. And sometimes we think that I am reborn again, but hearing your lecture, that's not true. So is it true if we understand that we inherit our karma? Yes. 맞다고 그럽니다. 어디 상속되는 것이 맞다.
Yes, the owner of karma, inheritance of karma. But karma does not follow but the potentiality. This is a little bit different. Potentiality means the power of karma produce new existence.
What's the difference between karma and karma potential?
Usually for some listeners, they do not understand about karma. At the day, Buddha displays Kirana is karma, in this way Buddha displays volition. Kirana volition is karma, in this way Buddha displays. But in Patana there is one session, is called Karma Vichya session. In that Karma Vichya session, Buddha says the karma potentiality as a karma. In Karma Vichya session of Patana, Buddha says karma potentiality as karma. This karma is called Nanakanika karma, different moment karma. What is the meaning? Karma accumulates time and the result time are completely different. Many aeons ago they may accumulate karma, but this karma has potentiality to produce its result up to this moment. For example, King Bimbisara's relatives. In the time of Vipassi Buddha, maybe 91 years ago, at the time they accumulate a whole song karma in the kitchen. At the time Vipassi Buddha and 100,000 bhikkhus are dwelling in one place. 3 princes, they take responsibility for the Buddha and Sangha. However, they want to observe the precepts.
하지만 그들은 계율을 지키고 싶어 했습니다.
They want to stay together with Buddha in monastery. Therefore, they give responsibility to their treasurer. That treasurer is King Bimbisara today. Then that treasurer and his relatives take responsibility to cook, to prepare food for Buddha and Sangha in the kitchen. However, they eat food first.
그런데
They offer leftover food to the Buddha and Sangha. This is their unwholesome karma. So 91 years passed away. They were reborn after that in hell. They were reborn in hell after that. At the beginning of this aeon, this world cycle, they escaped from the hell and they became Vedas. When King Bimbisara offered Veluvana monastery to the Buddha and Sangha, at the time he did not share merit to them. Share merit.
when?
When King Bimbisara in this Buddha's time offered Veluvana Vihara to the Buddha and Sangha, they are always expecting sharing merit. But they did not receive because Bimbisara did not share this merit. So they shocked and the parents with love poisons. They shocked. Shocking.
아니
소리를 질렀어.
Then next day, Bimbisara went to the Buddha and asked this problem. Then Buddha suggested to do new dana, new donation, and then share merit to them. Then King Bimbisara, according to Buddha's suggestion, do new donation to the Buddha and Sangha. Then after that he shared merit to them. Then they escaped from the Veda world and reborn in Deva world. In this case, 91 years far away, they accumulated karma time and rasa time. So up to this world, up to our Buddha's time, this karma is still producing its rasa. So this is type of karma is called karma potentiality, the energy only.
She understands that her present life is produced out of karma and karma potential. And she wants to know the ways to reduce the karma, decrease the karma, and what is the right way of living in this life to do that? vipassana를 하시면 된답니다.
You cannot reduce your karma except vipassana practice. If you become Sotapanna, for example, Sattva, because of the vipassana practice, then all unwholesome karmas which can produce to be reborn and whole states all finished. This is reducing. If you become Sakadagami or Sratana, you have opportunity to come back to this human world once only. Other karmas which can produce to human rebirth will finish. If you become Anagami Noratana, then all wholesome karmas which can produce to be reborn in human world as well as Deva world finish. They cannot produce any rasa. You can escape from human world as well as Deva world, but you have still chance to be reborn in Parama world. If you become Rahat, then all wholesome karma as well as unwholesome karmas finish. They cannot produce any new existence. You escape from the round of rebirth. Therefore, if you want to become Sotapanna, Srimana, or Skadagami, or Stratana, or Nagami, Noratana, or Arhat, then you must meditate diligently up to Arhat stage. If you want to practice up to Arhat stage systematically, there should be one meditation center in Korea.
So suppose I meditate systematically and finally I attain the fruit of Arahant. I still live in this world. What kind of living do I live?
Maybe this is called Saddhatthana Kusala Sutta of Samyutta Nikaya. Buddha says this is Siddhata Vihara, permanent dwelling.
Permanent dwelling?
Siddhata Vihara.
Yeah.
What is permanent dwelling? Khanda do, dhatu do, paticca samuppada do. What is the meaning? They always see five aggregates as nature, dukkha, anatta. They always see 18 types of elements as nature, dukkha, anatta. These 18 types of elements and five aggregates are same. Then they always see dependent origination patterns as nature, dukkha, and anatta. They stay in this dwelling place. This is their dwelling place.
Can you repeat?
They always see
See.
five aggregates are nature,
Yes.
impermanent, dukkha, suffering, and non-self, anatta. They always see 80 elements, same meaning, five aggregate. The 80 elements are always nature, impermanent, dukkha, suffering, and non-self, anatta. They always see dependent origination patterns are impermanent, nature, suffering, dukkha, and non-self, anatta. This is Buddha gave one name, Siddhata Vihara, permanent dwelling place of Arhats. This is Arhat's dwelling place.
그러니까 항상 아라는 5가 18개 그리고 이제
However, another problem. We always see this impermanent, suffering, and non-self nature of these formations.
So in short,
It should be begin both.
간단히 말해서 지루하답니다.
그러니까 항상 이 일어나고 사라지는 걸 보고 있기 때문에
Because of this reason, occasionally they take cessation attainment, Nirodha Samapatti. Cessation attainment is called fixed time. For example, if they fix 7 days, within 7 days there is complete cessation of mentality and mind-bound materiality. So for 7 days, for example, their mentality ceases completely. Because of this reason, they do not know nature or dukkha or anatta nature of those portions. This is also one type of their dwelling place. Do you want to stay like that?
여러분도 그렇게 살고 싶어요?
Okay, let's try here one meditation
Yes,
center.
여기 명상센터 지어서 합시다.
연관돼서 질문하는 거.
In Korea and in the world, many people refer to this respectful death or honorable death. For the respectable death for the permanently ill. If you are like
voluntary.
voluntary death, you can terminate your life out of will.
If somebody's very sick, then you can help them commit suicide.
So we call it, honorable death. I can terminate my life with my will. If Aran is having such bold life, on some moment, can he decide not to live anymore and go back? Is there any example, such an example in the scriptures? And if one Arahant maybe commit killing himself like that, is it against the Buddhist precepts?
So they have no such action.
No such case in the scripture.
No action such action. Arhats have no such action. To kill themselves.
아라한은 그런 마음이 없다고 합니다.
그런 행위를 하지 않는다고 자기를 죽이는 거죠.
Because they understand the activity of the law of karma or workings of karma.
왜냐하면 업의 법칙을 잘 이해하고 있기 때문입니다.
They are always expecting, like government service, expect salary. Government service, they expect.
정부의 그 석이 있잖아요. 정부 서기처럼 이제 월급을 기다리고 있는 사람처럼 그렇게.
Payday. They government service, they always expect payday.
Payday, 정부에서 일을 하면 항상 월급날을 기다리잖아요.
They Arhats also say they always expect when the cessation day.
그래서 아라한 역시 그 멸진정, 그러니까 멸하는 날이 언젠가를 기다리고 있습니다.
In Buddhist Nikayas, there's some instances those who are not reached Arhat yet, but Sakadagami, Anagami, or Sotapanna, they kill themselves because of the not boring, but there's no meaning to live more.
Maybe it is not mentioned. Maybe there is two suttas.
Yeah.
Venerable Chana as well as Venerable Asaji. They had desire to kill other than they have killed what they be put on.
Not.
No Arhat. They think themselves as the Arhat. Actually, when they kill themselves, near that moment there is one sign. Karma or Karma Nimitta or Gati Nimitta. Karma or Karma sign or destination. So this sign appear. Because of this reason they understand they are not Arhat. They are still Puthujjana. So and then immediately they practice Vipassana. Then they become Arhat.
She has two questions. The first one, if you become an Arahant, she understands that you are not born anymore. So that means you have no existence anymore, and you become nothing. That's first question.
You meditate. You should not tell you.
Sorry, it is just neutral you. Sorry, not you. I will ask again. 제가 스님께 물어보는 거를 대해서 일반적인 요로 여쭤봤는데, if I become an Arahant, that means I'm not going to be born anymore. That means I will not exist anymore. That means I become nothing. That was the first question. And second question, there are two paths to attain the path and fruit. First one is to do samatha first, then vipassana, and then finally you attain path and fruit. The second second way is without doing samatha, you do vipassana, then you attain path and fruit. What's the difference between these two ways? No difference. 차이가 없다. 두 가지 그 수행길에 대해서는 차이가 없다고 하셨고요. About the first one,
First one, please repeat.
I'll repeat. Okay. If I become an arahant, and that means I am not going to be born again, and I will not exist again, and I become nothing. Is that correct understanding?
Really, this such type of understanding is not true.
그런 이해는 바르지 않다고 하셨습니다.
You should not get nothing, but we say the attain nibbana only. Attain nibbana means if you practice vipassana thoroughly, especially Uddiyabhaya Jnana stage, the knowledge of rising and passing away. At that time, you must try to understand both causal rising and causal passing away. Causal rising is because of the 5 causes we have already explained: ignorance, craving, clinging, formation, sankhara, original formations, and karma potentiality. 5 aggregates rise. This is causal rising. Then causal cessation means because of the complete cessation of these 5 causes: ignorance, craving, clinging, original formations, and karma potentiality, the 5 aggregates cease completely without reminder. That complete cessation is because of Arahant Path. Arahant Path destroys all defilements, ignorance, craving, and clinging. Because of the complete cessation of these defilements, karma which he had accumulated before Rahat stage or after Rahat stage cannot produce any result. They begin passionate only. Because of the complete cessation of these causes, then 5 aggregates after final cessation no more exist. That complete cessation only. But that only cessation appears because of Arahant. Arahant take Nibbana as object. So we say they attain to Nibbana only. This is no Ucheda Vada. Ucheda is annihilation. Annihilation.
Analysis,
Annihilation.
annihilation, 완전히
So
실명.
no Ucheda. Ucheda is there's nothing. But here Buddha teaching is called Vibhija Vada. Vibhija Vada means because of this rise, because of the cessation of this cease, in this way only.
네, 지금 시간이 너무 지났습니다. 2시간 40분. 그래서 대법회를 아쉽지만 여기서 마쳐야 되겠습니다. 네.
Please repeat after me.
설교하시는 말씀을 따라 하시면 되겠습니다.
Idame Bunya
이담의 보냐
Aswakya
아소아야
Mahahodu
와하호두
Idame Bunya
이담의 보냐
Nibbanasa
니바라사
Ichyo
빠지오
Hodu
호두
Idame Bunya
이담의 보냐
Sabbasadana
사바사다나
Pajima
바제마
Esabe
데사베
Mesama
메사마
Punya Bhaga
우냐바